Yeah, I think there's a ton of different, again, ton of different elements of how you're doing it. Personalization, I think, what I like to tell my team is there's, it's a fine line we walk, in sales. It's making sure, because everything, again, going back to that supply chain use case, for example, everything is a hypothesis. So, going in and making sure that we're sending something that would be relevant to any one of those people in that, that role. If they don't have any specifics around their LinkedIn, or, they don't have any of their initiatives, clearly stated, sometimes you're going in pretty blind and you're just trying to kind of shoot in the dark and see if you hit something. So going in general, I think there's nothing wrong with that, but also making sure that the things you're mentioning do address, something that would be beneficial for every single person in one of those roles. But also acknowledging that, I'm not taking the easy way out. I'm not just going to your LinkedIn and typing your actual role down. I understand what you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about forecasting, or you're mentioning something about, hey, the holidays are coming up. I want to just make sure that your plan, that, you have a set plan for that. Would love to see where we can support. So going wide, but also going specific, I think it's a very fine line. I would say for the humanization element, I see so many emails and I get so many, cold calls and cold emails, even to, my inbox, where they don't have my name correct. And it's small details like that. My email, my first name is in my email. So if you're sending it to my email, you should probably be getting the spelling of my first name correct. It's just a very small detail. If I see that, I'll immediately delete. That there's so many different details there. I think, in this world where we're moving more towards, LLMs and AI, I think it's showing that you are human. When you call somebody and it's a Friday, or, maybe you're coming off of a long weekend, I think there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, look, I know I called you out of the blue. I'm going to go ahead and just, if you have 2 minutes, like, I would love to talk to you and get this cold call over, because I'm sure you're just as excited to go through this as I am. We're heading into a long weekend here, so I'll let you enjoy your weekend. Or, if it's early in the morning, saying something like, hey, I'm just about to have my second cup of coffee. Things are about to get a lot better here in just a minute. So let's go on into it, before I start talking too fast. Adding in that human element, I think is key. People don't want to buy from a robot. They want to buy from a human. They want to feel that connection to who they are buying from. They want to feel like they can come to you and ask you questions. So I think that is huge. And in the how, I think, I'm a huge proponent of scheduling out emails and making sure that they are really beautiful before you send them. However, again, taking a look at the details, don't schedule them out at 9 a.m. That's going to show that, like, you're almost like a robot. Anybody, all these scheduling systems can schedule out at 9 a.m. or 9:05 or 9:10. Why don't you schedule an email out at 9:03? Show that you're a human. Even if you are scheduling the email, hey, I'm sending this to you at 9:03. I'm disrupting your day, just like I'm trying to reach out to you. It also, going back to being prospect-centric, it makes that prospect feel like they're not 1 in 300 of people that you're reaching out to. They're one person, and you've taken the time, if you're doing all of these things, to understand their role, kind of throw out a couple of bones and set your hypothesis out there and see if you can warrant a response, but you're also making them feel really special.